Hi everyone and welcome. This is lesson 13 and we are going to be looking at lipids. Lipids are a diverse group of organic molecules that include fats, oils, phospholipids, steroids, and gases. There are several types of lipids and each has a distinct properties and roles. The first one is triglycerides, also known as fats or oil. Triglycerides are the primary storage form of energy in animals and plants. They consist of glycerol and three fatty acids chain. Triglycerides are stored in adipose tissue and can be broken down to provide a source of energy when needed. Number 2 is phospholipids. These molecules are crucial components of cell membranes. They have a hydrophilic head and hydrophobic tails. Now, the hydrophilic means water attracting, while hydrophobic means water repelling. Now, this allowed them to form a lipid bilayer that separates the inside of cells from their external environment. The third one is steroids. Steroids are lipids that have a core structure of 4 fused carbon rings. Examples include cholesterol, which is a structural component of a cell membrane and a precursor to steroid hormones like testosterone and estrogen. The fourth one is gases. Gases are long-chain fatty acids bonded to a long-chain alcohol. They provide waterproofing and protection for plant leaves, fruits, and animal coats. And they are commonly found in the cuticle of plants and the outer layer of animal fur or feathers. The fifth one is lipoproteins. These are the complexes of lipids and proteins that transport lipids in the bloodstream. They play a vital role in transporting fats to and through the cells, as well as in the distribution of fat-soluble vitamins. Let's look at the reactivity and chemical properties and also the overall biological processes of lipids. The reactivity and chemical properties of lipids are influenced by their molecular structures, which are characterized by their hydrophobic nature and the presence of various functional groups. While lipids are generally considered nonpolar and less reactive than many other biomolecules like carbohydrates and proteins, they still undergo specific chemical reactions that are crucial for their functions and the maintenance of overall biological processes. The first biological process is the hydrophobic nature. Lipids' hydrophobic nature arises from their predominantly nonpolar hydrocarbon chains, which makes them insoluble in water. The second one is oxidation and energy release. Lipids, particularly fatty acid, can undergo oxidation reactions to release energy. The process of lipid oxidation is essential for energy production in cells through mechanisms like beta oxidation, which breaks down fatty acid into acetyl CoA units for entry into the citric acid cycle. The third one is saponification. Triglycerides can undergo hydrolysis in the presence of strong bases, such as sodium hydroxide, to produce glycerol and fatty acid salts. This reaction is known as saponification and is used in the production of soaps and detergents. The fourth one is lipid peroxidation. Unsaturated fatty acids in lipid can undergo lipid peroxidation, which is a process initiated by reaction oxygen species. This reaction can damage cell membranes and lead to oxidative stress, contributing to various diseases and aging processes. The next one is esterification. Lipids participate in esterification reactions, in which fatty acids react with alcohols to form esters. These esters are found in many lipids, such as triglycerides and phospholipids. The sixth one is lipid hydrolysis. Enzymes known as lipids catalyze the hydrolysis of the ester bonds in lipids, breaking them down into their constituent fatty acids and glycerol. This is crucial for lipid digestion and the release of stored energy. The seventh one is membrane fluidity. The saturation and unsaturation of fatty acid chains in membrane phospholipids influence the fluidity of cell membranes. Unsaturated fatty acid introduce kinks in the chains, which prevents close packing and increases membrane fluidity. The eighth one is chemical signaling. Lipids also serve as precursors for important signaling molecules, including eicosanoids like prostaglandins and leukotrienes. These molecules play roles in inflammation, blood clotting, and various physiological responses. The ninth one is steroid hormone synthesis. Lipids like cholesterol are precursors to steroid hormones, which play essential roles in regulating various physiological processes, including reproduction, metabolism, and immune responses. The last one is lipid modifications. Lipids can undergo post-translational modifications, such as the addition of lipid moieties to proteins. This lipidation can influence protein localization, interaction, and function. Our next class will be protein.